Hi guys and dolls! So today I have my very first plus size fashion show and tell type of video thingamajig. So many of you have been requesting, like mad crazy people, that I do more fashion videos, and you know, I don't know why I haven't done them. I think it's just a combination of the fact that I really haven't shopped that much for clothes, so I didn't really have anything to show or anything new to talk about. I don't consider myself a fashion expert. I haven't read a fashion magazine in a really long time, and you know, it just I felt kind of out of place making that kind of video, but I'm going to be shopping quite a bit more since I now work for a company that's more fashion centric and I want to look up to date and cute. And you know, I think that the YouTube fashion world is kind of changing. There are more plus size bloggers now, which are vloggers. So if you guys have some favorite plus size vloggers, please list them below for me so I can check them out. Before I get started, I did want to give a quick shout out to my girl Crystal. Crystal is Wednesdays on Project Lifesize, so if you're not watching that channel, you definitely should. I'll have a link in the down bar to that. Crystal is really great, really funny, very funky punk rocker style, so of course I like her aesthetically, but that's not the point. So the reason why I'm shouting Crystal out is not just because I like her, it's because she did a post on her blog. Her blog's called Too Fat for That, which I love. She's very inspirational on that. You should check it out. She only has a couple posts, but it's worth checking out anyway. And she did this whole list that is basically what you guys have been asking me to do. List plus size retailers. And the reason why I haven't is because I don't think I'm a good source of that, simply because I haven't done that much clothing shopping in the last couple of years. I was kind of a stay-at-home wife for a while, and so you end up not buying clothes and you end up getting kind of frumpy. And once you get back into it, it's all exciting again. So anyway, my point is that she did this great blog post and she actually broke it down into categories, like, you know, these are good for bras and these companies are good for like disposable clothes, like Old Navy or whatever, Old Navy t-shirt. So yeah, I wanted to give that little shout out. The link will be down below to her blog. It's fabulous. You should definitely bookmark that post because it is a really great resource for you. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna kind of let you guys know about the sale. And I don't work for Lane Bryant. I'm not affiliated with the company. They're not paying me to say this stuff. I'm just a customer who went in, found out about the sale, and was like, oh my god, I have to let my subscribers know. So the sale is kind of, there's like tiers of it. So if you spend $1, you get 25% off, which, by the way, what in Lane Bryant is $1? Then if you spend $100, you get 40% off, and if you spend $250, you get 50% off. So basically the way that I heard that when I saw the little sign was like, okay, so I could shop and like pick out $250 worth of stuff and I'd get it actually for $125. And the sales lady was like, yeah. So then I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do some shopping. I always go to LB, good old LB, for my bras and underwear because they last a long time, they're well made. Yeah, I always get them there, and while I was there, the lady let me know about the sale, and I had planned on going to like Ross and Old Navy to get some work clothes because they're relatively cheap, but they don't last very long for the most part. They kind of, I've noticed a lot of things from like Ross and Old Navy, after a while they have like that pilling up, if you know what I mean. It's like a little balling up of the fabric. So a lot of cheap clothes do that, or they're ill-fitting or irregular or just whatever. It just so when I found out about the sale, I was like, okay, cool, well, I'll get a couple of things that will look cute and won't fade. So I was very particular with the fabrics that I chose. I didn't choose anything that was mostly cotton, even though cotton is wonderful and comfortable. What I'm wearing right now is cotton, but for work I need my clothes to last longer and be made out of things like polyester and nylon and spandex and rayon and stuff like that. So, I think that's pretty much all oh, and really quick, before I actually show you the stuff, I want to tell you that Spanx, they're amazing, and I've talked about these in another video. In fact, I think it was my first fashion video. I called it Cora, Spanx Your Unmentionables or something. Spanx are freaking awesome. They're basically, I use them, these are like called power panties. I don't use them as underwear, because that's kind of weird, because they have like an open crotch, and that's just not my scene. I use them as like biker shorts under dresses and skirts and stuff so that my thighs don't rub together, and it does kind of, doesn't necessarily make you look like thinner, but it makes you look smoother. So if that makes sense. It does make you look a little slimmer, so I'm a fan. Thanks. Almost never go on sale. However, the Spanx are actually somewhat eligible for this sale. You have to like buy enough like regular clothes, like this is a tank top. You have to buy enough regular clothes to qualify for the 50% off discount, but once you've reached that minimum, then you can purchase Spanx and get them at 50% off. Does that make sense? Cool, cool. All right, so let me show you my stuff. I got Spanx, in case you didn't gather that. I got another pair. Yeah, awesome. Then I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see the clothes. I got a couple of tank tops, just good basic tank tops. I really like buying basics like this actually at plus size stores as opposed to clothing stores that sell extended sizes. They tend to fit better, and if you'll notice, there's like plenty of room in the bust here. A lot of times when I buy things at clothing stores that are like regular clothing stores, but they sell extended sizes, they oftentimes don't have enough room in the bust. And I know that not all plus size women are well endowed in the breasticles, but a large enough percentage of plus size women do have large breasts, so I don't understand why they do that. When they do like the umpire waist and it cups you off like halfway through your boob. What is that about? Anyway, so I also got that one in purple. Da-da-da. Very pretty. I love purple. For those of you who don't know, purple is totally my favorite color, and I wear it as like an eyeshadow color like 50% of the time. These ones are rayon and spandex. So typically rayon doesn't fade as fast as cotton, but it feels like cotton. In fact, it feels softer than cotton. So, and then this lovely gem right here has these ruffles. And what's so great about these little ruffle guys is that if you have a smaller bust line, it will call attention to the girls. And if you have a larger bust line, the way that it just drapes, it doesn't quite minimize, but it makes your breasts a little bit as obvious that they are quite as large as they are, if that makes sense. And also I want to mention, because those are rayon and spandex, they actually move away from your body really nicely. Really, really great fit. Love it. The next thing I got is a skirt like this. It's kind of like a pencil skirt style. So hopefully you can see all of that. And I love the little zipper because it zips up from both the bottom and the top. So like you can kind of unzip it a little at the bottom to give it kind of like a sexier look. And that one is made out of polyester, rayon, and spandex. Then I got one of these. This is just a large like tunic dress-ish type thing. Lane Bryant called this an is it, as in like, is it a tunic, is it a top, is it a dress? I don't know, but it's awesome. So yeah, it's it looks like silk. It's actually polyester, so it won't fade. And it has one of these drapey collar things that seem to be really popular. They remind me of cowl necks, and honestly, it's not really my favorite silhouette for me personally, but it seems to definitely be in trend, and I'm not opposed to wearing them. And yeah, it has little pleats. This one I thought would be better to wear with like belts and whatnot, but I love it because it completely covers my backside, so I can wear this with leggings to not feel like exposed or whatever, or worried that I have to wear like a thong to avoid VPLs, visible panty lines. So yeah, I thought that would be good with belts, so it's a good way to segue into the belts that I got. I got two different belts. I got these chain ones. They were all out of like the wide, like natural waist belts, like ones that you'd wear there. I have to buy my actual belts for fitting on my waist in like a 14, and I normally wear so this is one of the belts that I got. It has multiple strands, so it has like pearls, it has different kinds of chains. It has actually two different types of pearl type strands. It has some black ones and some kind of like a silvery gray. It's really, really pretty. Really, really love that belt. Excited to wear that one. And then I also got this one. Really shiny, almost looks like sterling silver or something. Belt with the big circle things, very graphic and bold. I got this sweater, and this is I really like this sweater. It's a very thin, lightweight sweater. It's almost see-through. Like, I will need to wear a tank top underneath this, which is why I got one of those black lace ones. But yeah, nice thin sweater. It has another one of those big drapey necks, and the neckline on this is about the width of the Ooh, I just got lipstick on it. Lovely. The neckline on this is actually about as wide as the actual sweater itself, so you could, if you want, kind of pull it off to the side. It's not really designed for that, so it might end up looking a little funky. Another thing I want to show you is that on the sides here, it has these little buckle detailing that comes from the inside, so it ends up pulling the sleeve up. And something like this is really great for minimizing the appearance of wider arms. My arms don't look very slim, they look very like muscular right here, and then they're fatty in the back. Totally awesome. I like anything that's going to minimize the appearance of my larger arms, and so because it pulls up right here, it's going to give your arm a more lean silhouette. Kind of awesome. And my background is like touching me like nuts. Alright, and then also this one is made out of acrylic and merino wool, so this is a really good quality sweater, and I'm so thrilled that I got it. I kind of wish I could have gotten it more colors, but as you can tell, I kind of already bought a lot of stuff. The last thing, and probably my favorite thing that I got, is this. It's kind of a tunic-y dress. It's another Is It, and it has this braided neckline that has this kind of scoop feature, and I have discovered that this kind of collar looks really attractive on my body type, and it really, the shape of this dress, which is kind of a soft A-line, is really good for my body type. I have an exaggerated hourglass figure, meaning that my bust and my hips are both really, really wide, and then my waist is really small. And actually my hips are slightly larger than my bust, so I have kind of like an hourglass pear shape. Totally not that fun, but anyway. And this one has a really cool texture to it, almost like a plaster wall would look, but it's obviously not. This is 100% polyester, so it won't fade. And it's great because it's going to hide any kind of like lumps and bumps in the skin. And then also here on the body of it, it has pockets. Kind of am in love with it. So yeah, that's everything that I got, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Definitely, if you can, go check out this sale because it's such a good sale. And until next time, remember to be vintage or tacky, just be yourself.